I saw this comparison somebody sent to me. This was posted to the Reddit yesterday. It's got 5,000 likes on it, but it's comparing Battlefield 4 versus Battlefield 6 Recoil. And honestly, I don't really remember how the shooting even worked in Battlefield.
To Twitch?
I feel like I didn't even really pay that much attention to how Recoil and stuff worked like that back in the day versus what I do now. The biggest thing that was for me about Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, though, was that you had actual ballistic system would lead and drop on bullets. That's what was fun for me.
AK-971 kicks like crazy. Its naked recoil is 0.42 degrees up, 0.25 left, and 0.4 right. With a first shot recoil multiplier of 2.55, it's going to kick hard on the first shot.
Does that look like it blooms to you guys? It's a relatively steady pattern. I don't remember ever doing like spray patterns on the wall like I do in games now.
Roughly up
back
and
then.
to the right. Controlling the recoil, at least on PC, is as simple as pulling your mouse down and to the left. Guns like this are why I like playing on PC.
It's kind of hard to tell because it's so close range too.
And I can't imagine doing this while moving and shooting on a console. Countering the recoil, the AK
BF4 recoil was terrible.
Half the challenge of this weapon, though. To counteract that pretty vicious spread, you'll have to fire this weapon in 5 to 6 round bursts.
Oh wow!
That'll give you your kill shot, but at longer range, you'll find that this burst pattern is unreliable.
Well, tighten these ones quite a bit, but not that one as much. It's weird because it's like the triangle thing, and it's wide in the middle, but it's not like pinpoint like you know, like COD is now. So here's recoil in the game. Now, he built this as well with iron sights. Let me go to some of my footage here off of the firing range at the beginning. Let's see what I did. Oh, this is me shooting the speaker. So the speaker just plays when you're in there. I was talking at the time here, so I don't know if I actually shoot this. I was explaining movement tech. That was the hipfire gun. There we go. Now, this was the best recoil that I built of all of the guns, was the LMG. This is what I got the recoil down the most on. And I put an iron sight on it just so I could get extra attachments for other things. I could spend more points on it, etc. Finn, by the way, thank you for the sub. Nation, Jay, thank you as well for the $5 top on the day. Max with the 13. Zach, Richie, Fake, Richie as well. Ricky and Richie, welcome in. Can you throw grenades while parachuting? That's a great thing to test. I'll leave that to somebody else probably. Now, mounted, look at how accurate that is. But that's, of course, that's me bipoded on the ground, so that's no recoil, literally, right? The other thing that this is a super... I think this is the AK carbine weapon, which was the most accurate, but took more shots to kill. It had a slower time to kill because it was so accurate, and you could strafe while shooting it accurately, too. Most of the guns got more bloom as you were strafing, as well as the bloom increase. I think the longer you shot, the more it got bloomy in this game.
Guys.
You know what would be sick, honestly, if they let us in the game now, since we can already download and open and go through the settings in the beta. If they let us go into the firing range, that would be sick.
Seeing this, bro. I'm gonna do no pulling.
They're not.
This is
You can't.
pulling
But
down
that
at
would
all.
be sick.
No pulling down. Are you seeing that? That is serious, bro.
Saw your videos. There's plenty of recoil, but as always, there are some guns that have a lot less.
For
That's
controlling
true.
the recoil, the AWS isn't a particularly difficult beast. With a modest recoil of 0.35 degrees up, 0.25
So this is back to
degrees
Battlefield
left,
4
and
weapons
0.38
as a
right,
comparison.
And a 1.4 first shot recoil multiplier, the AWS's general pattern will go up and to the right.
But see, look at there's definitely bloom going on here because you see the irons are just going up into the right steady, but look at the spray pattern. Look at how it's all over the place, left and right. And mind you, this is also without suppression. So once you start taking fire and you're suppressed, your shots start going everywhere. It basically makes it so you're less accurate, even if you're aimed correctly.
Easy to control.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome in.
And to the left. LMGs have a slightly higher maximum aim spread, and you're going to notice this the longer you hold down your fire. If you're trying to hit a range target with a fire,
we can talk about choppers in a bit.
Some pretty poor luck when it comes to the AWS and spray.
That's what I'm planning on playing
today. With a spread
today.
increase per shot of 0.104 degrees, the weapon's not the most inaccurate in the LMG category, but you will have to take some care to not hold down the fire hose. The AWS needs 5 rounds to kill out to 48 meters, and beyond that, you'll
Teamwork
need
make a dream
more.
work.
Combined with its average damage output, that means that long kill shots are probably going to require a
I was doing this with some guns where I was kind of just bursting it. I will say the time to kill felt so fast. And the thing is, a lot of the maps and everything that we got to play during the beta was all so close range that it wasn't like, you know, even on this map, I think he's just in like the firing range island on Battlefield 4. But a lot of the actual maps were so big that you would get in long range engagements. You're trying to use an AR from 100+ meters. There was some 100+ meters on like that peak style map. I forget what it was even called. It used to be called Capstone for the early access thing. But the actual name of it now, I think it's like Iberian Peak or whatever. That one had some like 100-meter line of sights that I was able to get some sniping in on.
a lot of patience.
Here, let me show you what this gun looks like.
Scump.
In firing range.
Oh,
Listen,
which weapon did he just show?
Teamwork make a dream work.
This is the KTS 100. This is one of the light machine guns, and actually, this was the same machine gun that you saw me using right here with the iron sight. I built mine with an iron sight. You could build this one very stable. This was one of the best recoil ones, and you could also put an attachment on this that increases headshot multiplier by 2.1 times. Default, the headshot multiplier on most of the guns is not that much. It's like 1.3 by default, and not all guns you could put that 2 times multiplier on either. It wasn't all guns it was accessible for. But let's see how Scump had it built here. Looks like he's got a long barrel. Looks like he's got the vert grip. I don't know if he has the vert grip with the bipod built into it that I had, but he has 71 control on it.
Listen, I'm not going to move my stick at all. My hand's not on the stick.
So you can kind of see it. I know the quality's not the best, but some of the bullets are still, they're not going exactly where the dot is. In COD, and I don't know, this could be bad. When I was using this gun, I've lost almost every gunfight. And now that could be because I'm bad at the game as well. I don't know how Scump fared with this one. You have very slow ADS with it. And it's not exactly like how COD works, which is the comparison that a lot of us are giving it, because obviously Scump's from COD. I play a lot of COD too. But those bullets go where that dot is. There's no bloom with where the dot is. So that's why there's a lot of visual recoil and you see it pull up. And even with that, there's not much recoil in how COD guns work. But this looks like it's blooming off of the dot here, and it's not 100% accurate, let alone without suppression or anything. Is he mounted on the table? He's not mounted. I showed mounted. You'll see an animation of like moving onto it if it's mounted.
Stick at all.
I don't know if there's flight sticks. A lot of people have been asking about that. I'm not sure. At the beginning of his shots, when the dummy first died, it is accurate, but I think it gets less accurate over time the longer you hold it down. Hype train level 5, by the way. What are we doing, guys? Good morning. 14 sub train as well here. Did you not play Battlefield 3 and 4? Okay.
Control for the MP7 is going to be a bit different than usual, but first let's go over the stats of this weapon. The upwards recoil is 0.35 degrees, left is 0.2, and right is 0.4. The first shot recoil multiplier is in the stats listed as 2.15, but it actually decreases to just 1.72 thanks to the permanently affixed angle grip. This means that the overall recoil pattern of this weapon is going to carry it up and to the right. To compensate, you'll be pulling down and to the left.
It seems like all of them pull up to the right. We did have basically this gun is called the PW7 inside of the beta. We will be seeing that. I don't know. I kind of wish they would just keep stuff named the same, but I guess maybe it's slightly different, looks different. Also, Zeno dropping an insane 5 gifted subscriptions. Absolute legend, brother!
Mind that as I'm
Top
doing
gifted
this,
on the day.
I'm aiming down sights. The
Philip
primary
Arc
behavior for the
and
MP7
Adrian,
is
thank
going to
you.
be
2
hip-fire.
years, by the way.
So let's talk about hip-fire with this weapon. The initial spread increases by about 50% to 0.6.
Dude, now this is a drastic difference. Look at the hip fire on this gun. I don't know if he gets into the details of this, but bro, the hip fire of the MP7, or the PW7 now, is ridiculous. It's so much better. I mean, this is the SGX that you saw me using here. But this is, mind you, this is while I'm sprinting. Look at how tight the spread is there when I'm stationary. But I'm showing the sprinting attachment that you can put on this thing. Granted, you'll probably have to play and progress and level it up and get this attachment as well. I don't know how we're even going to unlock that or do that, if we're going to get everything during the beta. My guess is they're going to leave everything unlocked. But look at, while sprinting, look how tight that hipfire is. It does bloom bigger, though, as I'm shooting, I notice. Or expand out. Technically, I guess it would be bloom for it. But yeah, okay, let's see. I mean, that's a drastic difference here. And does he have a laser on it, though?
I'm aiming down sights. The primary behavior for the MP7 is
Can't tell, the
hipfire.
quality's too low.
So let's talk about hipfire with this weapon. The initial spread increases by about 50% to 0.6 degrees. If you're standing still, you don't get any additional penalties while hipfiring. Moving only adds a slight bit more variation. But what does catch up to you with the MP7 is the spread combined with the rate of fire. You'll want to fire this weapon in roughly 5 to 7 round bursts. I found the #1 thing that would get me killed with the MP7
That's surprisingly accurate for what the crosshairs are showing.
was hosing too hard in CQB. Even at close distances, you'll be surprised that burst discipline is still very much required if you want to hit anything.
That I do feel like is different. I don't know if we're going to have that level of burst discipline in this. Anyways, this had like 5,000 posts. It says, given the criticism about the recoils got me mocked up and insulted, so I thought I'd throw together some quick demonstrations of the Battlefield 6 playtest is not like Battlefield 4 at all, and that Battlefield 4 did, in fact, have recoil as well as spread. Yeah, spread. I think I've been calling it bloom, but I think they're similar terms. A few things I'd like to add, too. I don't point this out to be a hater or just a complaint. I want Battlefield 6 to be good because it's a series that means a lot to me, and I played a lot when I was 13 and 14. I am not in favor of spread versus recoil, though I do believe people completely misunderstand spread as a mechanic and unfairly label it as RNG when spread is predictable and controllable. I think what he's referring to is that you can actually just burst fire, like you got to burst fire and control it until it blooms out or spreads out too much, and then you're going to be inaccurate. That's what it seemed like, at least from that video, both with hip fire and with ADS shooting. I'm actually indifferent in which system Battlefield uses. What I want...
If you pre-order the game, will the closed beta automatically open for you?
No.
Super hyped
I don't think so. What I want is weapons that actually take skill beyond flicking, because I believe it results in better gameplay and more skill expression. I'm aware some people have theorized there's a bug, and there was more recoil in some of the labs tests, and I seriously hope that you are correct. Yeah, I will say, I mean, if you saw some of my gameplay trying this LMG that, you guys saw me basically have no recoil with there, I died a lot in actual gameplay when I tried it. I don't know
Teamwork make a dream work.
where I tried it in this. Here we go. This is me using it. The biggest thing is I had to hit headshots for this to actually work. So I think I got a headshot. Yeah, I did. Headshot on Seagull right there. And then he gets really mad at me and comes and defibs me in about 2 minutes later. But from range, I was also shot in the back there. So every one of my shots missed there. Maybe it was also just bad aim.
Oh my god, there's a lot outside.
Guns have no feel compared to previous games. Yeah, and I don't know. I thought they seemed all right when I was shooting them and playing with them. Felt like felt good to me in terms of the gunplay. I don't know if it's the same as what you're going to remember from BF3 and BF4 for the actual gunplay. I'll be definitely curious of what everybody thinks as you guys get your hands on it yourself, but maybe I've played too much COD recently as well, where like that I'm used to that, but it didn't even feel exactly like COD either. Especially because it's not super slide. It wasn't super slide canceling. Now maybe it turns into that, but you couldn't really. Sliding was not used in the same way as COD. Like here, I dive down to the ground and get full covered. I couldn't even get the double kill there. It was a bit close range. He's using a M4A1. That's a carbine.
Hey, it's all good. I don't know if we can take that B. We're actually getting kind of smoked, guys. I just keep spawning and dying on C.
But if you like go to do a slide, you can't really slide, cancel, move back, slide, cancel, and keep juking. Like, if you've seen any of the clips where people do that around a pillar and just keep staying alive forever, constantly juking and plating. Maybe people will figure out how to do it, but it didn't seem like that was the case in this, because there was more of a cooldown and more of a delay with it afterwards. The slide jump felt like I could get extra distance to pull cover. Yeah, and then I gave up. I said, screw it, I'm pulling the shotgun out. That was pretty much what it all came back to, which is that was so good. Anthrax, Just Dantiel, also 11 months on the subbage. Appreciate you, dude. Tankati, thank you for the sub. BP Sipes, welcome to the squad. Darth with the 9 months. Dragon, welcome to the squad. It ain't COD. COD's unrealistic and trash. This is based on more realism. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of unrealism with this, too. They gamify stuff to have it be more fun, but I do think, in general, they have some aspects that are more realistic. Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
I'm down. Oh, I fell off the... should I respawn?
Get a job?
Oh, this guy's got me. I'm back.
Hate to break it to you, buddy. This is my job. I hate to break it to you. There is a hardcore mode, but that is most likely going to be... Oh, this is where I died to Seagull. Yeah, that's where he defib me. I gotta say, I didn't like this ghost of where I died. In the past, if you died in Battlefield, the camera would spectate the person who killed you, and you'd kind of follow them around, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Now it shows a freeze frame of the guy that killed you, and then the actual body of the person just goes somewhere else. See, I think this is Seagull over here running around. Because the nice thing about that is that you could, while you knew they were watching and spectating you, you could go up and teabag them. See, that was the diff. That was the diff. But if it's freeze framed, you can't really...
Teamwork make a dream work.
Can't really teabag him. See the issue there? That's the issue. That's the only issue that I have right there. Joker, thank you for the sub as well. Do you think the Phantom program will be back? I honestly do not know, and I kind of doubt it. I did try to pry and ask about some Easter eggs. I was like, yo, can we expect some Easter eggs on this? And the response that I got was that they have a team, like they have different people that work on it. If there is any Easter egg, it was very like I don't know, but it kind of seemed to me like there could be some type of Easter egg.
Make a dream work.
That's like that is a thing that runs deep in Battlefield. Deep is some Easter eggs, but we're never gonna really know until it's actually out and we start exploring. The Phantom Burrow Project Easter egg was crazy, though. There's still servers for people looking for dog tags for that right now. You can go try and join them. Joker, come and go, Joe. Also, welcome to the squad. Now I know number Morse code, but I don't know letter Morse code. I had to learn that for Delta Force and their systems that they have for the extraction mode.